8A application, 70% rule. The SBA has a concentration of business rule that is based upon Office of Hearing and Appeals court precedence. This precedence does not permit an applicant firm to have a single client representing more than 70% of the 8A applicant firm's overall business. The rationale the SBA uses is that this creates a likelihood of success issue because of the firm's loss of the major client would create a going concern issue for the firm. In addition, being over 70% reliant on one client will often create an identity of interest, causing an affiliation between the two entities, in turn giving the SBA an additional reason for their denial of the application. From interviews with the SBA, it has been revealed that the SBA first looks at the firm's snapshot for the rolling past 12 months. If the firm is under the threshold, 70% threshold, by a reasonable margin, the SBA will end its inquiries at this point and usually not investigate further. If the firm is not under this threshold by a large enough margin, the SBA will look at a combination of the prior 3 years and include the current year in its calculation. Ideally, if you would like to have high confidence in your application, you need to be under the 70% threshold for at least 1 year by a reasonable margin. The closer to 60% or under, the better. Tip: we often receive requests from people wanting us to help them with the reconsideration for the 70% rule. Take note that the SBA will not take any contract projection consideration into consideration. They will always look at the firm's past history for determining the 70% rule. In closing, know that the 70% rule can be a real 8A application killer. The SBA does not give ground on this issue because it is based on OHA court precedents they want to preserve. Therefore, if there is a failure in your application based on the 70% rule, it will be extremely difficult to convince the SBA to reverse the decision. Keep this in mind if you are planning on moving forward with an application in the future, as having one major client can result in an application failure. Thanks for watching. To further evaluate you and your firm's potential application, you can go to our website and use our pre-qualification tool, or give us a call. In about 10 minutes, we can give you a good assessment of your application.